there's a thing going on right now. Tyre Nichols, the guy who got killed by 5 policemen.
Yeah.
So last night the video got released, but they knew the video was going to cause outrage. So they had been saying all week there's going to be a video released at 7 p.m. whatever American time, because you got loads of different time zones, and it's going to fucking upset everyone basically. And it did. So there's protests everywhere at the moment now, right now. And Antifa, which is an anti-racist organization in America, put up posters everywhere saying, "Grab your guns, let's burn New York to the ground." Like it's
bad.
I think the next few days in America is going to be mental. Honestly do. I can't watch the video. I read the description of the video. There's 4 different points. It's barbaric. It's savagery. It's trigger warning, mate, because it's like, fuck. These 5 cops just beat this guy to death on a traffic stop, and I'm talking like playground bully. Took to a degree. 2 of them holding his hands behind your back. One saying, "Give me your hands." He can't. His hand, and haymaking him for a minute while his hands are behind his back. Tased, pepper sprayed. These are 5 different people, mate. And they just kicked fuck out of him for that amount of time that he ended up going into. And he's
passed away.
He's dead. Yeah, he died. Crying for his mum because he was just nearly home. Like, honestly, it's incomprehensible is the best word to say. Like, incomprehensible that people who are put in a position of law, people who are put in a position of protection, you should run to a cop if you're, oh, I'm scared right now, I'm running for cop. This guy ran at first and then they caught up with him because he knew. And when people pull you over or whatever, and
he ran in the car.
Yeah. And what I see time and time again with all of that is like, you know what, another thing they do? Don't resist when people aren't resisting. But if you're pressed against me, my body camera is covered, right? So apparently they get taught this as well, some of them, by like the corrupt ones. So if your body camera is covered,
they won't see what you're doing.
They won't see what you're doing. So if someone's not resisting, but you shout, don't resist, and it goes to court and we only have audio and you're shouting, don't resist, it insinuates that person is resisting when they're not. Dirty little fucking tactics like that. One of them guys was kicking him so hard in the head that he started limping away after it, fist bumping his mates, his other cop people that done it. I don't even like saying
Where did this happen?
out loud. This happened in Memphis. In Memphis, yeah. On about January the 10th or something.
Where's that? I don't know.
Tennessee?
Tennessee.
I think it's in Tennessee. They got the death penalty over there, so I hope all 5 of them get fucking killed, to be honest. I actually do.
Do you think at any point one of them's thought, what are we doing here? Do you think it's like that crowd mentality where it just, I don't know, all 5 of them have gone through like probably intense training. They've experienced like the George Floyd case, all these other cases where this has happened before.
Caused civil unrest across their whole country for a long time.
How did 5 people who, you'd like to think most people that join the police force go with the intention of doing, definitely a few bad people that join because they want the power, but the chances of...
How do you get 5 people?
5 people, let's say out of 100, 5 people join the police force and they do join with the intent of abusing their power and they have like bad intentions. The chances of those 5 people being put in the same department, same squad car, whatever it is low. So you've got to think one of those 5 people at least has got to be joined the force for good reasons, gone through the training, they've lived through the George Floyd and all these other cases that have come up. But they didn't say anything, or they didn't do anything, or even worse, they joined in with something that
is heinous or seems heinous. Yeah, so what is it? Like, that's a good point. What is it that 5 people can all participate in the same activity when you think one person like that doesn't exist? Do you know what I mean? Or how do you find one person like that? Then to get 5 together. But then, is that how oblivious we are to what it's really like? What they're all really like? Maybe it's a gang maybe it's much more in a gang than you actually realise, you know? And do you know...
But if it was a gang, yeah, there would be like a complete disregard for the law and the repercussions of your actions, right? Yeah, these are police officers who know that. How would they ever get away with that?
Yeah,
they know they're never going to get away with it. They must know that surely that is outrageous behaviour. it's a complete disregard for, I don't I don't know what could motivate 5 people to do something so horrific, knowing that they're all wearing body cams. There's probably cameras around. They're in a public place where other people could see them.
Yeah. And one of the camera angles is like the one that shows the gruesome side of it, you know, the more than you get to see from any
Quite
other
gory.
angle, is the angle from like like a street light,
Yeah.
street summit. So summit from the street. So it's like if you didn't have that one, there would a lot, like, you wouldn't know the whole
How bad it
scope
really
of it.
was.
Yeah. So the scope of it comes from them being caught, basically. Do you know what I mean?
Mm. Do you know what people are going to say though on the right or conservatives? Why was he running?
Yeah, yeah, they will.
Why was he
They
running?
already have. I've seen comments. Another criminal got what he deserved, and it's just
And like there should not, surely with the right training, you'd expect there shouldn't be ever be a situation where 5 people can't safely detain one person. Maybe if they have a gun, yeah, that completely out of the question. Yeah, then you can
Mhm.
see when it wouldn't end up very well. But even if they had like a knife or a small weapon, surely 5 people could, what's the word? Diffuse. It's not diffuse. De-escalate the
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I know
situation.
exactly what you're saying.
Mm.
How yeah. Oh mate, it's how does a road traffic stop lead to a fucking
Brutal
lynching, a
murder.
brutal murder
Yeah.
of lynching?
Mm.
Not only that, like you are trained in your field to deter these sort of activities.
Mm.
So when you like, this isn't even a guy. You, they weren't feeling threatened. There's no rationale for them to be feeling threatened.
Mm.
And even if they were, like, worst case scenario, you pulled over a nutter and he's like, let's go, let's fight. You should still, his death should be a last resort.
Exactly. Yeah. There should be so many other options, especially if there's 5 of you on one
Let's
person.
get him to the ground, let's cuff him, put him away.
Exactly. Yeah.
So yeah, mate, that's it. Right, but I don't say I look forward to it, but I'm intrigued to see
Where
how
it
this
ends up.
unfolds in America in the next few
I didn't
days.
realize it was such. I know you texted me it, but I didn't know it was such a
Oh
big.
yeah, it's huge.
I'll have to have
It's
a look.
huge. I think it's gonna get bigger. I don't think they're gonna.
And this is the problem as well. It's so like, it's just going to cause more issues now where people don't trust the police, where you'd like to hope that even if it's 80% of them are good and they are trying to do the right thing, and if you were in trouble, you could run up to them and they would put their life on the line to save you. But then this is going to be in the news for however long it is. There's going to be riots, people taking defund the police.
Yeah, defund the police. Yeah,
Yeah, there's so much going to come out of this, and it's
it only hinders both sides.
exactly, yeah. It's no good for anybody.